The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Now that word right there, fear, that one tends to trip people up. Because when we hear fear, we usually think panic, anxiety, running the other direction, like something's chasing you down the road and you're just trying to get away. But that's not what this is talking about. This is more like respect, wait, recognizing who you're dealing with. It's that moment when you realize, I'm not the one in charge here. I'm not the highest authority in the room. I don't get to define truth however I feel like today. And honestly, that's where a lot of people check out. Because we live in a world that says, trust yourself, follow your heart, you do you. And it sounds nice. But if we're being real, have you ever followed your own instincts long enough to see where they lead without correction? It's kind of like hopping on your bike and deciding, I don't need signs, I don't need a map. I've got a general sense of direction, so I'll figure it out. And you might, for a while, but eventually you're gonna miss a turn, take a wrong road, and maybe end up somewhere you didn't plan on being. And the whole point of this verse is saying, real knowledge doesn't start with you. It starts with God. Not just knowing about Him, but recognizing Him for who He is. Letting that shape how you listen, how you learn, and how you receive correction. The fear of the Lord is the beginning, not the middle, not the advanced level. It's the starting line. If that foundation isn't there, everything built on top of it gets a little shaky, and then it flips around. But fools despise wisdom and instruction. That's strong language, but it's honest, because it's not just saying fools lack wisdom, it's saying they reject it. They don't want it, especially when it challenges them. And again, if we're being honest, we've all had moments like that. Moments where we hear something true, something we probably need to hear. And there's that little resistance in us that goes, yeah, but I'd rather not. That's the fork in the road. One direction says, all right, maybe I don't have this figured out. Maybe I need guidance. The other says, I'm good. I'll handle it. One leads to growth. The other? Well, it usually leads to learning things the hard way. Amen. So as you're heading into your day, just keep it simple. Stay teachable. Let God be God. Let His word have weight in your life. Not just as something you agree with, but something you actually submit to, even when it pushes back on you a little. Because that posture right there, that quiet, steady respect for who He is, that's where real understanding starts. Everything else builds from there. Thank you for joining me here today, my friends and family. Had little storms here last night all night. I was a little late getting this morning's devotional out. But the Lord's word is always on time. Amen. I hope to see you here tomorrow. And until tomorrow, Abba willing. Shalom. Shalom.